Hi Scorpios, welcome to your eye reading. I also just posted a you and them. It's a reading that I call you and them, and it's kind of a look at the situation between you and your person. I just posted those just before the eye reading, so they're on the channel, so be sure to watch that too. If you want a bullshit story, a long bullshit story on some ducks, some baby ducks, and our responsibility as human beings to not be idiots, and watch the Aries video called What About the Ducks. I told a long story in that one. It's at the beginning of the video. I don't even talk about the cards until that story. So entertaining but horrific. And it has to do with our social contract as humans to each other and everybody else and everything else. Everything with energy and everything in this world and in this universe, we are exchanging energy with. And we need to stop being so ignorant. Oh, story. I can't believe that happened. I just cannot believe that happened. All right, Scorpios, took a break. Trying to get these out. I'm going to a barbecue, pool party barbecue. In the meantime, enjoying myself with a caramel frappe. They're so good. I try to have like one a month because they're so good, but so bad for you. So I'm like one a month. A lot of times it's when I'm doing these readings because I just need that break. So bad for you, but man, they're good. Okay, Scorpios, let's get started. Sorry for the long intro. Scorpios. Spirit and universe, what are the messages that Scorpios need to hear? Let's talk about Scorpios. Love life, general, money, career, friends, family. Let's talk about Scorpios. What are the messages that Scorpios need to hear? Advice, guidance. Okay. 9-card spread with a significator. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Swords reversed. So what does this mean, really? Okay, 10 of Swords reversed. It means that you are getting over something that hurt you badly. You're moving on, moving away from it. You're not letting it impact you anymore. In fact, you're definitely moving on to better things, better times ahead. You're focusing your energy on, and really if you look at, he's literally leaving these swords that stabbed him in the back and leaving all these, the pain and suffering, and he's moving on. He's taking that pain with him, i.e. knowledge and awareness, but moving on, looking towards the future. So you're doing that, and you definitely are doing that, Scorpios, because we have the Ace of Rods, Ace of Wands, which is rods, yeah. But this has to do with initiation, starting something new, getting to a new place. I believe it is actually also the card of Aries because we are the newness, right? The starting something new, getting to a new place, but it's a cardinal energy. So the initiator. And then we have Strength card, the Strength Major Arcana card, which has to do with taming our inner demons, being in control of our emotions, being in control of our actions, views, thoughts, being in control of our actions and our reactions. And then Judgment has to do with kind of getting to this place where you're going to have this final say on something. Full understanding, full awareness. You may have been coming from a very dark place, which we know. You see how she's exiting the cave into this light? There's an angel greeting her. The answer she will have. Okay. We'll leave these here. I reference them. Okay. Scorpios, look at this. Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, the Fool. But it always has there's always something, right? There's always something. So this has to do with being bound to, tethered to, bound to something, lightly bound, okay? A choice and an addiction, sexual addiction, drug addiction, alcohol, smoking, cigarettes, marijuana, whatever. But having the ability to control it, but choosing not to because you kind of like it. You kind of like it. So there's always something. So when we talk about leaving something behind and getting the answers we want and having the control and having the initiatory energy, building a strong foundation, starting free. But remember, as we move on, as we let go, as we move forward, break, we definitely have to, you don't forget, we learn along the way. We learn along the way. So I think even though we feel a little tethered to something, we feel a little bound to something, consider this a lesson. I think this is saying you have control now. You can choose to let go of the control, but I don't think you're going to. I think you're just taking this on with you as awareness. Now, let's talk about the significator card, which is the Page of Pentacles. So there's something that is lost in translation here. Something's a tad bit off. You feel a tad bit off about this, and it could be relating to this, it could be relating to this, not feeling fully ready yet, but you're going anyway. Something feels a little off, and it could be like you're not sold on an idea yet. You're not sold on a relationship or a person yet, or a project at work. If you were, Scorpios, this would be upright. You'd have be fertile with ideas, with excitement, with energy, but you're just not yet. Okay? You're not sold yet. Okay? And that's okay. Something's being a little lost in translation. So then we move into another, we have the Empress, the Fool, the Chariot, the Devil, Strength, the Moon, the Magician. You have a lot of major arcana cards here, and you also have 3 aces. So what is perfect about all of this is we have the Moon in the center of your reading, which has to do with illumination, understanding things. So I like to talk about the Moon in these gates. The tide is bringing you towards this light, subtle as it might be, deep and inside as it might be. It is still light nonetheless. It is illuminating and you are moving towards it. The emotions are bringing you there. But once you get through these gates, I call them the emotional gates, but once you get through them, you will be into more light. And so the emotional depths that you were in, okay, that you have been in, tied to, will be illuminated, and there will be an understanding there. Now, what will not happen, Scorpios, is you will not be able to move forward with this information yet. Which also shows me too, since this whole entire row is major arcana cards, why you don't have the energy to put into something. You're not really ready to fully initiate yet. You're getting there, but you're not yet. It's not go time yet. You have to sit with this. There's still something more you have to understand here. Once you do understand and feel appropriately, only then will you be able to level up. Only then will you really get the promotion. Only then will you really be understood. Will you really get the accolades and the recognition that you deserve. This is directly linked to your ability to get to the other side, the higher level, the leveling up. Your ability to do that is directly related to your ability to understand and truly see. Until then, you're flailing about, lack of direction, and you're also tethered to something that you can't control. You're trying to build stability. You're trying to be in control. But what I'm seeing here, Scorpios, is like, stop being a yes man. I think you're just in this weird place now, and I'm not saying all of you, but like, I feel like you're somebody's puppet and you're not seeing it, and that's really weird to say because that's super not your energy. Okay? So pull it back, look inside, and figure out what's this stoppage point? What's this point? What do you, either you're missing something, or you're not understanding something, or somebody else is preventing you from seeing, or like they're, and I'm saying that specifically somebody else because there could be somebody that's kind of being a little bit manipulative. So you are trying to do all these things, but you can't just yet because you don't have all the information. So that's very possible, okay? There's definitely a level up in the works. Again, this has to do with you not seeing, not looking for. Looking for, seeing, curious, trying to gain understanding, trying to get all the information. But when it's reversed, it's just not taking place. All right, and again, someone could be purposefully preventing you from doing that. But it has you all jumbled up, temperance. It has you all jumbled up. And then it also, Scorpios, has you, you're overly emotional about it. And this is this is a good thing because this card does have to do with love and emotions overflowing and being so wistful and romantic. But you could be tied up in something that you're not fully understanding all the way. And I don't even like to say that because I don't feel like that's the case, but I don't know if I can read this any other way. So what we're going to do, we're going to clarify the devil, the moon, Queen of Cups, you. The moon, the magician, Page of Wands. Because this has to do with willingness. This has to do with the lack of willingness on your part. That's what's so interesting about this. Willingness, looking, seeing, inviting, being open, being curious. Nope, shut down. I don't need to look. I know everything type of energy. I don't need to talk about it. I don't need to ask questions. So there's a little bit of that going on too. And I don't know if this needs to be blamed on anybody, but be aware of that, okay? So let's clarify the moon. Please clarify the moon for Scorpios. Please clarify the moon, because you've got 2 pages that are reversed, and that's not that good, okay? Please clarify the moon for Scorpios. Oops, 2 cards pulled up. Okay, you're overburdened, you're overworked. It's causing you to miss something, but the key is that it's causing you to miss something. So, like, you gotta see it. You've got to see it. Please clarify the magician. Please clarify the magician. Okay, I'm not taking those. Big chunk. Clarify the magician for Scorpios. 5 of Wands. And this is somebody that doesn't have any ill feelings about what they're doing. Okay, this is somebody that's basically not only being manipulative, but doing it on purpose. Please clarify these pages. Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles reversed. Please clarify these pages. And I normally don't clarify some cards. Okay, so you're lucky. I'm confused. I'm concerned, more like it. Page of Pentacles were clarified by the 2 of Wands. Now, you're missing something on an emotional level, and you're missing something very practical also. Now, the reason why you're missing it is because you're looking to other people to tell you what to do. You have to think through this on your own. You've got to figure this out on your own. You're clearly not looking on purpose, and that's the problem. You're missing something, and please don't take offense. You're just missing something. And there's a very angry, controlling, manipulative individual in the midst. This could be an Aries. This could be a leader. Definitely a higher level individual, like a CEO or a president or something like that. COO, right? Director. But they're kind of acting like a dictator. So you need to see, you're missing this because you're not looking for this type of behavior. maybe you're being like this type of behavior. Because remember, you're Scorpio, you're also ruled by Mars, which is the same thing as Aries. So you need some clearing up on motives, on other people's motives, definitely on some big picture type of stuff. Like, what's the real goal here? And if they're being controlling in this aspect, and then it makes me feel like this, then I'm going to care less about doing something moving forward, and then nothing's going to get done. It's going to be low morale, and then nobody's going to care, and we're all going to be pissed. So it's like, maybe have a little kindness. Maybe they need to have a little kindness in their heart, or understanding, instead of just trying to be this big dictator, because that's just a waste of everybody's energy and your own, and it literally gets you nowhere. Okay? Okay. That's all I think I'm going to say. Leave your comments below. I think people are going to kind of feel like that's out of whack. It might be. I'm a little confused on this reading, Scorpios, so I apologize, but there's definitely something you need to see before you can move on. You need to look inside of yourself, your actions, those around you. What's the real motives? Keep your eye on the goal, okay? Let's pull an oracle card. Oh, look, that tried to pop up, and then it popped up again. So super important card. Also, I'm not doing extendeds this month because they're late. I just need to get them out to you. Solace, knowledge, consciousness, synthesis, and spiritual empowerment. Yes, solace is radiant, energizing, vitalizing. This presence in a reading often indicates that something new is being brought into being in our lives, partly through our own efforts and partly through the help we are receiving from other realms. Miracles take place. Movement into the light is occurring. This is a time for taking action, passing on our blessings and learning, and for service given from a position of strength. This is exactly like so I have a wedding that I was going to go to on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we didn't know if we were going, but I took a little longer than I should have to put in a vacation request, and then vacation got declined. So now I have plane tickets and a hotel that I can't use because I can't go to the wedding. I have to work. And it's 4th of July weekend, and no one's going to be coming into my place of employment. Like, it's going to be dead as a doornail, and everybody knows it. It always is, every year. And so it's like a vacation got declined. Like, how can you honestly think that that's good for morale? Because now I'm pissed. Now I don't care about the company, and maybe I'm being overreactionary, and yes, I probably am. But at the same time, it's like, there's no point with this for it to get denied. I'm literally going to be sitting there. It's going to be quiet. No one's going to come in. Nothing's going to take place. And then now I just hate the whole job. Like, I don't want to even be there. So it would have been better instead of her acting like a dictator, and it would have been better to just let me go and be happy and then come back and, like, not only happy but well rested and revitalized. But now I'm just pissed. I'm angry. I don't want to be there. I have a bad attitude, and I want to turn down the promotion they just gave me because I just want to give them the big middle finger, because it's just like, you're not the CEO of Google. Like, you're just some dumb person that's really dumb that is in some position of power, and you're just using it because you can. Like, you don't really have anybody's best interest except for making a name for yourself, and it's embarrassing. I feel bad for you. And now I'm pissed, and it's just uncomfortable for everybody, and I don't even want to be there. So now I'm going to do minimum everything because I'm so sick of trying to get visibility, and thanks for the promotion, but also go screw yourself, right? So that's the type of energy this is. And like, they're not seeing how a little kindness and understanding and a little workaround could have solved this whole solution and made everybody happy. And not only that, but I come back and I'm energized and excited to do more and be better. But she's failing to look at herself and is literally ruining everything. And I'm not the only one that's talking about it. Like, all coworkers we all talk about it all the time. So maybe it's a time, and she's a Scorpio. So it's like she needs to look on a higher level and understand things on a broader scale than just she has final say. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to relate this to not that situation, because I know that that's like, you can't do that. But I mean, this definitely has to do with, like, there's so much potential here and it just gets screwed up along the way over and over and over. And something is definitely not being looked at that should be. There's definitely overworking taking place. There's definitely dictatorship taking place and lack of noticing it. And there's no regret. There's definitely manipulation and deceit. There's definitely uncomfortable emotions, when there really could be such a happy new beginning, and there could be, but something's being missed along the way. There could be a strong foundation, but someone's so heavily tied to their own ego that they can't, cut off their nose to spite their face, right? Like, that's what's happening. Anyway, this was a very interesting card, and it's very interesting that it popped up twice. Tried to pop up once and then popped up twice. So, okay, you guys, I love you. Be sure to watch on the channel the You Plus Them reading. I just put it up just before this reading, so watch that. Stay tuned. Your 6 months overviews are also coming up. And I love you, and I'll talk to you later. All right, bye.